What's up, guy?
What's going on, guys? It's Buddy Lee. We're just driving in the truck right now. Taking the truck for a little ride here. So the main thing I noticed driving this truck is with the stock cat, EDTs are pretty high. We'll be resolving that soon with a high flow cat, you know what I mean? But stage 1 turbo with the stock injectors work great. Kill Devil diesel heads, been problem free, no big deal. O-Dog S2 intake. It's really a great setup, so I'm pretty stoked, man. I took it about 5,000 miles going to Texas and back through the north, through Colorado and Utah, and the truck's been flawless, man, so I don't really have too many complaints. A little bit more smoky on this tune than the mild panty dropper I was running with the stock setup. Still running stock injectors, but dumps a bunch more fuel with the super panty dropper for sure. A little bit more smoky, especially at elevation. Definitely rips though. Just driving the Powerstroke. So taking it pretty much cross country at the back, about 5,000 miles. Do a pull real quick. Fucking fires up nicely, man. Stock injector, stage 1 KC is what you want to do. I'm a big fan of it. Also got the Colt stage 2 cam, which winds out a little bit further. Normally I wouldn't take it past 3, but this thing winds out to 4 all day with the Johnson high lift lifters and the KDD, Kill Devil diesel push rods. It's I no longer have any fear about any of the valve trains, so that's a good feeling. Just wind this thing out and run it. Probably the next week link's probably going to be the tranny, but this truck proved itself, man, on a fresh build. I took it on a 5,000 mile trip cross country, running the AC the whole time through 100-degree weather. This thing performed flawlessly, so can't really complain about that. Been a great truck, and 6-liter is probably the best bang for your buck for diesel right now, because it can pull like a modern truck, and the maintenance costs are a lot lower, regardless of what you think about the 6-liter, than like a 6.7 or the Cummins or Powerstroke. And I don't know too much about the Duramaxes, but it's been a great truck. I can't really complain. I didn't really have any failure before I decided to dig in and pretty much rebuild the entire motor, minus the crank, rods, and pistons, but everything else has literally been gone through. It's a great truck, and for the price point, it's really hard to beat it, because you'd be spending 35 to 45 grand on any used newer model truck. Obviously 6.4 is not an option for me. I'm not going to go for that. So kind of just is what it is as far as for what I want to do. This thing will pull a boat, pull a trailer, no big deal. I'm not pulling 30,000 pounds. I'm not trying to have to pull that. So even the biggest camper trailers are well below this thing's stock capacity to tow. I got airbags. Obviously I've done a lot of work to the motor now, and it's just been a great truck. I can't really complain. So that's kind of a little short review as far as like driving and all that. TSD, truck source diesel, did my tuning, and I'm running the super panty dropper right now without the lockup. There's no need to lock up on street driving and all that. You're just gonna wear your tranny out quicker. So I did get a tow tune as well, because I'm looking to get a boat soon, and I'll be testing that out with the boat. I mean, no boat is gonna be any no type of ski boat is going to be any type of match for what this truck can do. But I'll give you guys an update, see how that thing does. But yeah, it's definitely stage one. Stage one is definitely a great turbo for stock injectors. I've pretty much done everything except the injectors. And just because there's questions about the reliability of a lot of aftermarket injectors, and I just didn't want the problem. I want the ability to tow whatever I want. So that's kind of why I went with the setup that I went with. And, you know, can't really complain about it, man. It's been a great setup since I built it. I took it, drove it to work 2 days, then took it all the way to Texas, and then back through, you know, Colorado, Utah, and Nevada to come back to California. And I really like it, can't complain. So I'll give you guys the build list and all that. And you know, this truck still is running a CAT and an EGR cooler. So the EGT is the highest I got, which was in Breckenridge, Colorado, which is about 10,000 feet. It was about 1,500 when I was passing. And I let off quickly, and I mean, the truck's been fine. But I really want to actually see what my actual boost is, because the stock boost reading, what you get from your tuner, or if you got a 05 and up, you'll see on the dash, is pretty much the difference between an atmospheric pressure sensor kind of under the dash, from what I'm to understand, and a manifold pressure sensor. And pretty much the difference between that is what you get for your boost. But it's not really relevant if you're making over 28 pounds of boost, maybe 32 I've heard from different people. It sounds like the sensor under the dash is more of a 2-bar sensor, and whatever the differential between the manifold pressure and that is what you're going to get. So I also went with the ODOG S2 intake. You know, I went with like full exhaust, BD exhaust manifolds, BD pipes to the turbo. I'm running an MBRP 4-inch exhaust all the way back. Like I said, still with the stock CAT. So that's about to be addressed soon to lower those EGTs. But, you know, so you can't expect a turbo to make the same boost with less restriction, because boost is essentially just a reading for the amount of restriction you have. So if you're pushing more CFM of air through a more open setup, you're not going to read the same. You're not going to read the same boost, assuming the boost is the same. But this makes a little bit more boost with the open setup, and I'm still reading 28. So I'm going to put an actual boost gauge on this. The S&B 90-degree inlet to the intake has 3 taps on it. One is going to be for boost for sure, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the rest. I might go with methanol injection, we'll see. But that's essentially the long and short of it. And it's been a great truck. It's been super reliable. I didn't go into it because I had to. I could have very well drove this truck for a lot longer than that. I'm actually having the factory heads, cam, intake, and a few other parts for sale on a Facebook marketplace. So just make sure to check that out. It's not under the Last Place Productions. My name is James McKee on Facebook, and you can check it there. I'll be putting the parts in a few 6.0 groups. And yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. So we're just gonna go through the rest of it in a later part of the video and go from there. The part where like the trap music plays, like this motor's so fucking cool, dude. Everybody fucking look at that. The batteries are fucking clean too, cause I just did them. Fucking turbo, you can't tell.
That's gonna be in the video.